See, look at that, folks. See, look, I finally, after how many years, I finally perfected it. Sorry, I finally perfected it. It's individual. Look at that. Look, absolutely perfect. Mind my fingers. Absolutely perfect. See, I can do that now. And do you know what was wrong all the time? What I'm getting wrong all the time? Putting too much water in it. I wash it off 3 times. I use hot water first and I wash it off. I do 2 cold rinses and then I put it in there, boil it. But I found out you don't need too much water. You don't, because if you put too much water in it, it ends up going soggy. Not soggy, but it's sticky. But if you don't do that, and then, as soon as the water goes to just below the rice, give it a stir. Just stir it over. And then it'll settle, and then it's like that. See, and all those times before I was putting too much water in, and then you just can't get it out of it. No matter how much, it just won't dry out. So now I have, and I am so proud of that. I really am quite chuffed. That's the best one I've done so far. And that was the least amount of water this time. It's a fine, you guys know how to do it every single time, but for me it's a fine dividing line about exactly how much water you need. So I know exactly what it is now. And you wouldn't think you could actually, in the time it takes and the amount of water you have, that the rice would actually be cooked. But when I look at it now, I think I would have thought before there's no way it's ever going to be cooked with that little amount of water, because after about 5 minutes the water doesn't even show anymore, so there's no way it's going to be cooked. But because you've got the lid on, it's steaming it at the same time, and rice doesn't take that long to cook, and it doesn't need that much water. So I found that one out, so excuse my going on about doing the rice, but I'm really quite pleased with that. I finally got it right, and Reese is a lot more pleased now. It's more palatable. Actually, he hasn't cooked with rice again this Friday. No, it's like, oh, do I have rice? Of course you do, madam. I do rice for Rita every Friday. I think we did that in one of probably about the 50th, 60th film that we made. But I think we're approaching 400 now, so a long time ago. Oh, just over 2 years ago. 2 years we made 400 and something films.
Yeah.
So,
although we have created this account since 2010.
oh
it could
yeah,
have been like,
we never. But for how many years? It wasn't until 2 years ago we actually made the second film. You know what I mean? The first film was James going round Washbrook Farm on his motocross bike, and something went wrong with the recording, so it recorded it in twice as quick as it should be. So it looks really shit.
that was then 2010.
Something like 2010, but in when was that? 2019, 20?
Oh yeah, that was 2019.
19 was when the first time we
Yeah.
started making films and putting them in there. Pardon me. So since then, like I said, we have made, must be nearly 400, if not over 400 now. I've just lost count. Before I used to count, and I don't know, but sometimes I make 4 or 5 a week. And the quality's good. Don't say, well, they must be right, I learned the crap. I'll just watch some. Some are good, some are bad. Doesn't matter. There's lots of little shorts now. So, it's all good. So anyway, it's for the family anyway, so I don't care. Why don't I don't know. Anyway, so that's the rice. So that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then you've got to come to the stuff now, which is the week I had this week, the week I've had this week. Fair enough, I had to go to the hospital and have a scan. Apart from that, and obviously me being the way I am, and how stressful I find that doing something like that is. That was on a scale to say 1 to 100. That was about 150 on the stress scale. Starting from the Monday, because I'll stress it out all the way until I get it done. I do. I can't help that. That's what I did. So I had a ultra stressful. And this is the truth. Yeah. On the Thursday, no, they won't be able to see you now.
They will.
Well, only just.
I'll be
It's
sitting next to
it's
you.
just aiming really right at me. You want to get rid of that thing if you want to do that.
That's it. So, you can see me now.
Careful,
Careful, careful. Careful, careful.
careful.
That's it. Now I can see you.
Right, so it's like I said, so the stress levels are really high for that. On the Wednesday, because my appointment's on the Friday, so on the Wednesday I
Oh,
thought,
your appointment is on a Thursday.
whatever. Whatever.
Ever.
Ever. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was on
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, this is. Yeah, but I kept thinking it was Friday. So all this week on Thursday it was like Friday. Anyway, I digress. On the Wednesday, relevant. See, I even remembered that bit correctly. I thought we got I think that takes your pulse. What else does it? It takes your pulse and
Oxygen level.
oxygen levels. So my oxygen levels are 98%, which is normal, and my pulse at that time was about 80.
That's all right.
About 80. Pardon me. I thought I'd take my pulse levels again on the Friday after, because I had the scan and stuff on the Thursday, to see what my heartbeat rate was on the Friday, because I've got no stress at all now. I'm just picking the meter up, which is nice, so I can just drive down there nice and slowly, and it's dead cool, and it's a nice little run out, and it's fine. No stress there at all. And on that Friday, when I checked it about midday, 65 beats to the minute.
Oh, wow.
That's the difference. I'm relaxed, so my everything, heart rate and everything is just really nice and low. Exactly where it should be for somebody my girth and my age. Yes, come on, say the fact.
That's good.
So
That's
yeah,
good, though.
so that's what it does. Anyway, so what
I have more
contributed to
veggies.
that also was my long-standing saga with British Gas. In January, the very end of January, the monitor, because we've got smart meters, the monitor that runs to the meters suddenly stopped working. So there was a problem with the connection. So I had a look online to see what you meant to do, and it said that you have to put it as close as you can to the meter, and you have to wait 7 days to see if it will reconnect. Lots of times it will reconnect. That's exactly what it said. Still says that to this day. So that's what it says. So that's what I did. So I did the 7 days, exactly as they told me. I knew it was never going to do anything because it was something weird had gone on anyway. So I was pretty certain this is never going to happen. So I rang them and they said, and I had to humour them because they did say you need to do this. So I humoured them because they wouldn't do anything else unless I did this. So another 7 days. Bear in mind, I knew this was another waste of time. So now we're in February.
Terrible.
We've got into February now. That's 2 weeks so far, 14 days of this thing not working. It's never going to work until somebody comes out. So I ring them again and said, right, I've done that. Said, have you done this? Yes, I've done that. Have you done? Yes, I've done that bit. So now I think we need to get an engineer out. And the guy said, well, what we need to, I said, no, what we need to do, we need to get an engineer out. He said, yes, we do need to get an engineer out. I agree with you, Mr. Pollard, but we need to find out what sort of engineer we need. Okay, and I thought, okay, fine, I'll humour you on this one, okay. So what we need to do, here we go, for the next 7 days, I said, oh no, we don't. I said, there's no more 7 days. I've had enough of your 7 days. I said, what we need to do, and this is me telling you now to do your job properly, otherwise I need a supervisor, I need to talk to them. You need to have a gas safe engineer who does meters, which is your guys, and if it's not your guys, whoever you do, because that's what you do. You do gas and electric. So you don't need a mechanic. He doesn't need to come out and give it an oil service. It's fine. It's a gas engineer.
Yeah.
Simple as that, which is what the only ones you have.
You have.
Simple. So you just need to send one of those out, don't you? We don't need another 7 days to find out which sort we need. We don't need a mechanic. So we got through that bit, and then he said, right, I'll make you an appointment then. So I said, yeah, because I guarantee you now this will be a few months, won't it? And do you know what he said to me? It will be the 21st of March. Bear in mind, this is like 6 weeks,
February.
5 weeks later, something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's March. The
No,
appointment.
when it's February.
Oh yeah, this is
That
this
you're
is in the
talking
first week.
of
This is the
February.
first week of February. He's talking.
Yeah.
When this happened, so this is like right. The original one he said was in April, and I said, there you are. That's over 3 months, and I've already wasted two weeks. So now you're telling me it's another 3 months before you can get an engineer here, because you've already told me that now you've looked, you can't connect to my meters either. So you know there's a problem that an engineer needs to come out to solve. But you were still willing to let me carry on for another week, knowing it was a waste of time. So anyway, so about 2 hours later, that was the end of the conversation. I said, well, I'm not going to complain yet because this isn't resolved itself yet. So when we get to the point when I do, then I'll make my complaint then. 2 hours later, this guy rang me back and said, oh, good news, Mr. Pollard. I managed to move the appointment from April, whatever it was, to the 21st of March. I said, fine, if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. Come the 21st, nothing. Nobody turns up, nothing. I thought, right, okay, yes, see how long they want to hang themselves for. So they should have let me know everything, but they haven't. Okay, let's see. So I waited a week and then I rang them, which was on Monday or Tuesday. I rang them Tuesday. Couldn't do it on Monday because I was
last week.
Last week. No, yeah, last week.
Which is now, remember, we are now in March.
Well, now...
We passed the 21st.
Yeah, we're now in March now. So, when I spoke to the lady there, who I have to admit is one of the nicest people I've spoke to before I go into this, that I've actually spoken to, and I didn't apologise to her, but I said, unfortunately, I have to say things that are probably a little bit sarcastic, but please remember, I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying, and I will stress about your company. It won't be you. So I did say that to her because she was wonderful. She was. More people like her working for her company, it would be a damn sight better company. So all I'm saying is, thank you very much for your help. You were great. So anyway, so I told her what was happening, and she said, well, that's strange, Mr. Pollard, but no appointment was made. I said, pardon? I said, the appointment for the 21st. I said, now, I know you can. You need to go back now to find out who that person was. And then, because you can, you need to listen to the recording of the conversation I had. Because that's what should have happened. And from that conversation, you'll also understand the gravity of where we are right now.
Excuse me.
To the point where I said, go on then, tell me when I can have another appointment. She came back after she just checked through the stuff like that. She said, it'll be